Hey friends, Ash here with JenScents. Got a cool video for you guys today. I'm going over my bundle from Max Aroma for this month, which is going to be a Frapon bundle. So 3 different fragrances from that house. I've also got a cool giveaway of 2 gift cards to Max Aroma. So it'll be 2 winners out there, $63 for each one of those. And kind of got a miniature review for each one of these fragrances as well. And I really love each one of these fragrances. 2 of them actually have been favorites of mine for a really long time. And then another one of these is a newer fragrance from the house that I've really started to get into. There's a lot to talk about. Let's jump right into it. So this fragrance right here was sent to me by Max Aroma for review, and the fragrance is If by RK. I already owned and have owned for a long time these 2 fragrances, which are the ones in this bundle along with If by RK, and they are 1270 and L'Humaniste. So those are the 3 fragrances in this bundle. And if you guys are unaware of Max Aroma, I'll leave a link in the description to their website. They're a great fragrance discounter. They've got niche fragrances, designer fragrances, everything authentic. And they're actually getting a lot of new stuff in, a lot of fragrances that are going to be really, really interesting to check out, some high-end fragrances. I've always thought that Frapon had really, really nice fragrances, all things considered, because the price on these is like $165 at full retail. For a 100 milliliter size. That's pretty good pricing as far as niche fragrances are concerned. Make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video. That's where we'll go over the whole giveaway and everything with the gift cards. Right now though, I want to jump into these fragrances and talk about them a little bit, let you know about these fragrances. And in case you're unaware of what I'm talking about here, the pack that I'm going to be referencing is a monthly pack that I do with Max Aroma. If you buy one, they will come in a little package like this, and I'll leave a link in the description to the package as well. And then inside of that little silver pack, you'll have 3 of these. And each one of these is one of the fragrances that I'll be talking about in this video. There is an 8 milliliter lipstick atomizer inside. And yeah, if you've watched these before, you know already what I'm talking about, but this is just for the new guys out there. So each fragrance will be in one of these. It's a little twist lipstick atomizer filled up with fragrance, basically a travel atomizer, 8 milliliters in size. This one is If by RK, says it right there. So if you buy one of the packs that I'm talking about, that's what you'll get. And I'll also go ahead and give this pack away in this video as well. So we'll do a giveaway of these 3 fragrances here. One of you will win that, and then 2 gift cards as well. Just try to hook you guys up a little bit. First fragrance we'll talk about in this video is this one, 1270. And yeah, there's not a whole heck of a lot in there anymore. Most of it's been used. Looks like maybe 35-ish milliliters left in there. This one is going to be the one that's more considered a fall and wintertime fragrance. Now it's not super heavy, but it definitely does trend more toward fall and wintertime use. There are a lot of fruit notes in here, but they're not really typical fruity notes. So there's pineapple in here, no Aventus. This is not at all that type of scent, but there's pineapple in here. There's also plum, and there are dried fruits. So you're gonna get a lot of that. And then there's also a good amount of sweetness. And one of the main proponents of that, one of the things that's really pushing that sweetness out, is going to be honey, along obviously with all those fruits. There's also vanilla in here, so just kind of adds more on top of that, a little more sweetness, and resins. So yeah, warm, fruity, almost sticky sweet at times, but man, does it smell good. And if you don't believe me, you can go check on websites like Fragrantica. These fragrances here, these 3, are some of the absolute best from the brand. That's why I picked them for this bundle. So the performance on 1270 is not really monstrous. That's one of the things that happens with Frapon fragrances in general. They don't have beastly performance sometimes, but they smell amazing. And this one from the brand is my absolute favorite for fall and wintertime use. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and just spray it right now. Yes. Kind of blasted my hand with it, but that's okay. Yeah, just really nice, rich, slightly dark, fruity sweetness with a big dollop of honey and then resins and vanilla just kind of working together, swirling together. Very warm, inviting, appealing, fantastic smelling fragrance. Up next, we'll talk about this one, L'Humaniste, and I always pronounce it so strangely, but the fragrance smells awesome. This one, I have long said, has one of my favorite openings of any fragrance ever. It has lemon, gin, and juniper, and a bunch of that in the opening here. It is just really fresh and zingy and a little bit sweet. There's also bergamot in here, though the lemon comes through stronger, so kind of a citrus combo. And then it's got very, very appealing spices as it dries down, cardamom and pink pepper being the most apparent spices in this scent. This one, actually, I believe made my first niche top 10 list for summer that I ever did on this channel. I'm pretty sure that it was the first niche top 10 summer. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, this one has long been a favorite of mine. It does not have great performance. That is the big drawback with this scent, is that it's one of those 4-ish hour scents for me personally in terms of longevity, but that really doesn't matter because it smells so good in the opening. It just immediately kind of locks you in and you keep going back to it, spraying it on again, spraying it on again, spraying it on again. And with this one, I really don't mind going heavy. So this is a fragrance that I might spray, 6, 7, 8 times and not really give it a second thought. This one is probably one of my favorite warm weather, summertime, like daytime, high heat fragrances that I've ever owned. This is my second bottle of this fragrance. It's pretty close to being empty. It's at maybe 20 milliliters left. Fragrances like this, where I do go kind of heavy when I spray them on, don't last as long. But yeah, this one, awesome fragrance. And I will replace this bottle whenever I run out of it, which could be a while since I have so many fragrances to go through right now, but killer scent. And that's gonna bring me to the last one of the 3, If by RK. This one, a much newer release as compared to the last 2 that I've talked about. I'll show you really quickly the presentation for the fragrance. If you buy a fragrance from this house, the presentations are all pretty much the same, other than the name, of course. So this is a red slipcover, and like I said, this is pretty much consistent across the line. You've got the name of the fragrance right here on the front, a little bit of information on the back, not too much info, just the website and a few other things. Take that slipcover off, and this is the box that your fragrance will actually come in. There's a sticker on the bottom of the box. There's a perforation right here where you can tear it and then remove the whole top of the box. I actually just folded it down. That's typically what I like to do, but it doesn't really matter. You've also got the badge code right there. So this one is 9F1. That's the badge code for this particular bottle. And then right there is where your your bottle is going to sit inside of the box. It's a little cardboard cutout. And then you have this, which is pretty cool on the inside of the box. You have the poem If by Rudyard Kipling. And that is what this fragrance is actually based around, If by RK. Then you also have this little pamphlet on the inside of the box, but it's basically just saying, hey, the fragrance is flammable, and also don't drink it. So there we go. It's got a nice presentation, and also they have said that the oak in these caps for their fragrances is the same type of oak that Frapin uses to macerate their cognac in, or the oak barrels that the cognac sits inside of. So enough of all of that. How does this fragrance smell? Actually, when you first spray this one on, which I'll do on this tester strip right now, you get a good amount of cashmerean. Actually, that's the very first thing that I picked up. A good amount of cashmerean, and it's going to remind you a little bit almost of something like from Eccentric Molecules, where it hits you and it's very pleasant, very appealing, but it has that aroma chemical kind of smell to it. And I don't mean that negatively, it just very much comes across like a good solid dose of cashmerean is in the fragrance. There's also fig that I pick up really, really quickly as well. My wife actually, when she smelled it coming off of me when I sprayed it on initially, she thought it smelled like coconut. So that's how it came across to her, but to me it comes across as fig. Your mileage may vary. As it dries down, you're gonna get a good amount of sandalwood, so you're gonna get that creamy, almost milky kind of sweetness, that woodiness from sandalwood. That becomes the main note for me, kind of takes over from the cashmere, and the cashmere is still there. It just kind of fades back a little bit as the sandalwood comes up. And then you're gonna get some tonka in the base of the fragrance and some cinnamon spice as it goes through the mid. It's a very, very appealing fragrance, extremely easy to wear. Essentially, it's going to be creamy, sweet, at times fuzzy, woody fragrance with a good dose of fig. And this one, between the three, probably the most versatile, at least as far as seasons for wear. It doesn't come across too heavy for warm weather, and it doesn't come across too light for cool or cold weather. So this is one that you could wear almost year round if you wanted to, whereas the other two fragrances are more cool and cold weather or warm weather. Of course, though, ultimately, none of that really matters. Wear whatever fragrance you want to wear whenever you want to wear it. But these are the three fragrances in my bundle this month, and I love all three of the fragrances. Giveaway time. So there's going to be 3 winners. The first 2 winners that I pull will get a gift card, unless you would rather have this. And if you would rather have this, then in your comments say that you actually prefer this over the gift card, and then you'll get this. Otherwise, it will be the first 2 winners that I pull will get a gift card, and then the last person will get these 3 fragrances. So here's how we're gonna do it. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, otherwise you won't see it when I post the winners on the community tab of my YouTube page, and I'll do that about a week from when this video goes live. And then in the comments below, just put what you would rather win, gift card or these 3 fragrances here. That's all you gotta do, pretty simple. And then I'll hook you guys up in about a week's time from now. Again, links in the description to both Max Aroma and to this fragrance bundle if you want to check them out. All right, guys, it's going to do it for me. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another fragrance video.